Ooh. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it because you clicked it. You clicked the title. You saw the title and you still clicked it. So I don't even want to hear it. You and me in here together. You right here. Why you click it then? Oh, nothing like that. Okay, so shut up. Don't be trying to judge me. I'm not going to judge you. What's up, my beauty daddies, and welcome back to my channel. I'm here looking like a little boy. I got my do-rag on, but it's a fancy do-rag though. We call it a scarf. Today I'm gonna be doing my hair and my makeup on camera, so this is gonna be a get ready with me. I split it up in 2 separate parts and you will know them by the title, and I'll have the same makeup because I'm gonna do my makeup first in this video and then I'm gonna do my hair in the next video. We're gonna go ahead and get into it because I have a few things to talk about when it comes to porn. Like, I feel like this topic has been coming up a lot and a lot of you guys have been saying that you wish that I did more talking videos on YouTube. I don't do them often anymore because of that whole cancel culture, and I was like, damn, I'm very problematic, maybe I shouldn't. But then I realized there's a lot of people that are super fucking problematic. When you own your problematicness, you know, no one can really bother you. When you start trying to fake like your Mother Mary, that's when people normally have an issue. I might be problematic, but I don't think that my thoughts are like invalid. I feel like I have very logical opinions, and I feel like I could share it with you guys. I'm not going to be walking you through the steps that I've been doing my makeup because I'd rather talk. I actually have somewhere to be. So if I start saying, oh, this is from this, it's going to lose my train of thought and blah, blah, blah. I will be dropping a makeup video soon where I actually show you guys the pieces that I use and stuff like that. But this one is just so y'all could see the process and have something a little therapeutic to look at while we talk about these things. If you're new here, I do speak my own language. It's called Amara. Shout out to Shala. She's the one who gave me that name because she's like, I'm fluent in the language, whatever language it is that you speak, which is just a whole bunch of bullshit. Okay, so just a forewarning for the new people. We lit. Me and my baby daddies is lit. You could ask them in the comment section, you know what I'm saying? You would be like, hey, should I subscribe to this channel? Like, is she really lit like that? Ask them down below. They'll tell you it's lit. It doesn't matter what type of video I post. It's gonna always have a piece of my personality. So yeah, porn. First thing I want to ask you guys, because I want these videos to be interactive, right? Well, that's just why I'm decided to make it 2 parts, because even though some of you guys might not want to see me do my makeup, some of you guys might not want to see me do my hair, both of the videos are gonna have me talking about very like risque topics that's gonna make you wanna listen and it's gonna make you wanna interact. So we really gonna fuck up this YouTube algorithm, you know what I'm saying? We gonna mess it up. Ooh, this thing giving me a headache. Ooh, this thing tight. Got a big old head, y'all. I'm about to pass out over here. So the first thing I want to know is like, how many of you guys watching this watch porn? I think it's way more common than we'd like to admit. I always put too much foundation, but who cares? Let me go ahead and give you guys my story. It's not that long. First time I watched porn, I was really young. I saw it on my brother's laptop. His password was something super simple, so I was able to get on. And I was always able to get on, and he had it on. It wasn't a laptop, actually. It was a desktop. So we're talking over 20 years ago, y'all. It was like one of those big old bulky desktops, and my brother used to have porn on it. I don't remember if it was like in a file or how it was, but that was like one of the first times I watched porn. And when I knew where I could find it, I would just keep going back to it. And I wouldn't do anything. I really didn't know much about my body until really late. Actually, I'm still learning my body because it was never really taught to me as a child, which I think is really important, by the way. Like, don't shy away from talking to your kids about their little pussies and their little dicks because they're gonna have to learn about it eventually, and if they're not ashamed of it, they'll have a better learning experience, you know? Nobody ever taught me, because like right now I'm in a stage where I don't like having sex. I don't want to have sex with people. Like, it's not my type of thing. Like, I tried it out. Like, you know, I kind of did my research. I tried to see if I liked casual sex. Tried it once. I could not. I cannot do that. You know what I'm saying? I tried to see if I could be with a man with like a small penis. Nope, that's not gonna fucking work for me. Like, I just tried my luck. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily like having sex right now, you know? Sex is very situational, and because of that, well, for me anyway, some people, they just have sex just because it's there. Some people don't have a connection to sex. Like, you know, it's all different type of things. There has to be some type of connection, you know, between you and your partner in order to have sex. At least that's how I feel. When I was watching that porn as a child, it didn't make me feel any type of way. Like, I never touched myself. And when I tell you I never used to touch my coochie, there was even some kids who try to influence me to touch myself. I never touched myself until I was like 23. And that's when I was like, oh, I can make myself orgasm. I didn't even know that women could orgasm up until I was 23, because I used to be like, I've never orgasmed before. I don't even know what it feels like. After I did it to myself, then I realized that I had felt it before, maybe like twice. And I remember who I felt it with, and I didn't know what was happening to me when it was happening, you know. It was just like, what the fuck? Oh my God. Like, it was just real. Everything was just heightened. Everything was intensified. I didn't know. Went on with my life. You feel me? This is why it's good to talk about things. And that's the reason why I came on here to make this video. After I finished my like dating stage, because I got tired of dating people as well. It's just, it's really hard in this big old world to find somebody with your same morals. A lot of people will have morals and then they'll meet somebody who doesn't have those morals, and then they'll settle because maybe he's fine, maybe he has a good dick, da, da, da. Not me. Like, I've dealt with the finest of the fine niggas, the richest of the rich niggas. Like, if you are rude, if you are selfish, if you're inconsiderate, like, there's no way that I'm gonna be able to fuck you and feel good about it. Now I'm in a stage where I've started watching porn more frequently than I ever have in my life. I watch porn like maybe like once every 2 weeks or once a week, or sometimes I'll watch it like today, tomorrow, and the next day, and then I won't watch it for like a whole month. But that's just like, you know, it's just random. Like, whenever I have those urges, whenever I feel horny, which for women isn't that often, you know, based off of me talking to my friends and stuff like that. Some women don't get horny that often. I think it's the majority of women as well. Having men who are horn dogs and just want to fuck all the time that you're not absolutely attracted to as well is gonna be hard. That's where the porn came in. So I would go on these websites and I would watch videos like I'm watching YouTube videos. This color used to be so light on me. I think I'm getting lighter, or am I getting darker? I'm getting lighter. This used to be like a light color for me. Now it's blending in. But anyways, I will go from this one, I'll watch that one, and I'm like, I'll be like, ooh. And I'll be like, oh, this is boring. Like, it's just, it doesn't seem like real. It just seems fake. Like, and we all know that it's all fake, but when you're watching it, you want it to seem real. Like, for some, well, at least I do. Before I started actually watching different types of porn, I realized that porn has been feeding this image of just women's bodies being there just to make a man come for decades. I'm gonna say for decades, because we in 2020 now. A woman's body is not like a man's masturbation utensil. Like, our body is not put on this earth to just make men masturbate or help men masturbate. Like, oh, instead of using your hand, use my body. And that's how porn kind of like shows itself to us. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna disrespect you, I'm gonna spit on you, I'm gonna pull your hair, I'm gonna put you in all types of weird ass positions that I know you can't get out of because I'm way stronger than you. Just really aggressive towards women. I realized that by actually getting into like watching porn. Like, so I started watching all different types of porn, and then one day I came across this video. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for leaking videos, but we'll see. So I'll probably link the videos that I'm talking about down below if I can find them. One day I came across this video, and instead of it being boy on girl, which is what I normally like, I would watch boy on girl, boy on girl. I watched girl on girl. I watched dyke on girl. I was looking for what would actually arouse me, you know? Only porn that I haven't been able to explore is transsexual porn. I don't know if I will be interested in that, but I haven't gotten there, so I can't tell you I'm not. You know, because a lot of guys, I'm telling them, like, you should probably watch a different type of porn if, you know, see what's out there. But a lot of men are stuck to one porn because, you know, their masculinity is very fragile. I watched this one porn where it was a man and he was with a girl, and the girl, I guess, she used to have threesomes with him all the time, and she would ask him if he would have a threesome with her but with a guy, because they always do it with a girl. And he was like, you know. Eventually he gave in and he like found a guy and was like, okay, let's have a threesome with all three of us. This shit, it has been hard for me to go back from watching that type of porn. My nose is itching so fucking bad. Like, what the fuck? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the reason why I even liked this type of porn, at least what I can gather from it. At first I was like, it seems like the boys and the girls are enjoying themselves. Like, everybody's enjoying themselves here. Whereas whenever you see a man and a woman just having sex, it looks like the man is enjoying and the girl's suffering. But in this situation, they're really soft and gentle with everybody. Like, everybody's feeling it. Everybody's in euphoria. I like that type of stuff, so I started looking for more. I think my values for myself and how sex should be for me and how I would enjoy it has changed since then. Now it's hard for me to want to have sex with somebody, period. I just want to do my own thing. Since I found what I like, I don't see a need for men. I don't see a need for a man. I deleted Tinder. I deleted all of that stuff. Not like I used it to find men, but every time I'll get bored or something, I'll go on there, waste some time. Men were trying to come to your house or invite you to theirs, so there wasn't any getting to know anybody. That just wanted to smash, like, you know. So I know that. I noticed it, and I was like, I'm not into it. So I got into something else, and I would be watching it, and it made me understand how men look at sex, because they don't watch porn that is like nice and loving to both party, or nice and loving to the party. It's nice and loving to everybody that's participating, you know. I was watching a video by Abba and Preach today, actually, that was talking about how, and I think it might have been an old video by them. I don't know if they delete videos and then re-upload them to their channel because they're old and not enough people watched them back when they dropped them. Because this video that he posted, he didn't have any hair, and I know that the newest versions of Abba and Preach, Abba has hair and Preach's dreads are much longer, so I believe it's a older video that they just re-uploaded. Preach has been in a relationship since high school, so he hasn't been able to play on the market and stuff like that, but Abba has been on the market, and he was speaking from the point of view of a man who has sex with a lot of women and realizes some women that he fucks just go with the flow. Like, they're just like, okay, whatever you want. Like, he could tell little girls, I'm comfortable in a position, but she won't say anything, and he'll have to ask her in order for her to move. Like, do you want to move? And she'll be like, yeah. But most times they don't say nothing. Like, the girls will just deal with it because they have the same image of having to satisfy a man in sex. Whereas really a woman should be satisfied first because it's more intricate or it takes longer or whatever. I think that women should start demanding what it is that they want. Like, before a man slides his jump off inside, you just be like, hey, I haven't come yet. And he'll be like, then he'll know that his goal that day or whatever you guys are doing that time is to come. Like, sex should be pleasurable for both parties. I guess what marks the ending of sex is when a man climaxes, because normally a man after climaxing cannot go again. I know a few who can go and go and go and go, but not my type of party. You know what I mean? There has to be a happy little medium. Porn has promoted sloppy sex to be the type of sex that's like desired by men, which I feel like that ideology is our subconscious, like equating the act of us having sex to being just this nasty, vile thing, like spitting, putting a finger in a booty hole, like messing with booty holes, like, you know what I mean? I couldn't do that stuff, and maybe that's the reason why I like watching men do that to themselves, because it's just something that I would never do. It's just like, people go pretty far to be pleasured, you know, and it's crazy. It's not crazy because people are different. Like, all different types of people are different. This is gonna take a turn because porn is advertised to people starting at a really young age. Like, sex in general is promoted to people at a really young age without it being spoken about. Like, you don't hear the teachers in school talking about sex in the way that they should. They really put something generic on it. Like, oh yeah, sex, bad. Condoms, yes. Birth control, yes. Or abstinence. And it's like, let's get real. You know what I mean? Because this is a very real topic that a lot of people are going to have to deal with when they get older. Well, most people are going to have to deal with when they get older. So I feel like we should get, if there's anything we should get real about, it's that. You know, a lot of kids are starting to find their sexuality a lot younger because of how easy it is to find porn and how easy it is to seek these different videos that I was speaking about. So at 27 years old, that's how old I am. I want to say at 26 years old, I realized that I liked watching men have sex with themselves. And so I asked my friends, I was like, look, recently I've really been watching a lot of porn of black men just smashing themselves. There's so much of it out there that now I'm starting to look at black men as if they're gay. All black men that I see, because I've watched so much porn of black men banging themselves, I look at a black man and I'm just like, wow. Like, little small characteristics, because in the videos that I watch, I'll put a few below, the men in the videos don't look gay. They don't look gay. They look like the guys that, you know, you see and you be like, hey, what's up? Like, you know what I mean? They look like daddies. Yeah, they do, girl. So that's giving me that type of image on men. So I could only imagine a black man who loves to watch black women porn, how they would look at women with big old fat booties and how they would look at girls with their titties out. The way that they perceive that is based off of the imagery that's been given to them since they're young. We would be stupid to try and say that this type of stuff doesn't influence our everyday life, because it does. A lot of people find out that they're pedophiles through porn. Like, a lot of people don't even know that they're like sick until they start watching certain type of porn. And they're like, why do I like this? You have to question yourself. No one knows, because it's just me down here watching in the basement, but nobody knows. So I'm just gonna have this as my dirty little secret. I'm not gonna act on it, I'll do this and I'll do that. But it's a thing. There are people who are like, let me see if I can act on it. Let me find a way to act on it. It's a thing. I wanna be one of the first to talk about it, about how porn has influenced me and made me feel like black men are gay, and how women are just masturbation tools for men. That's what I got from porn, and that's what I know sex to be. The way that I browse these type of websites, I'm sure there are kids who have access to these type of websites who will find themselves attracted to content that they didn't know that they would be attracted to, because they haven't been able to be influenced by the outside world yet. Or if they have, they've been influenced in that manner, like towards that way. Sex is very powerful. Like, one of the easiest ways to control someone or something is through sex. My nose keep itching. Oh. A lot of people are influenced through sex, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's kind of dangerous that it's so easily accessible to us and our kids and men. And the way that a lot of men think about men, the way that a lot of men ever interact with women is through porn. Like, when they're watching other content like sports and stuff like that, they're not watching women's sports. Or when they're watching like sitcoms and stuff like that, those women are interacting with, like, you know, other people in the show. It's not normally always sexual, but whenever a woman is in TV, usually she has like a love interest. Something sexual can be understood to be going on behind the scene. Women are just painted to men as sexual beings, and because of that, I don't think women have a lot of say in what goes on when it comes to sex. A lot of women even have come to the point where they're just like, you know what, I'm gonna own myself, I'm gonna own my body, and I'm gonna have sex with people. Who cares? Like, it's my body, I can do whatever I want. In my mind, that sounds to me as like just rebelling against yourself. You sound like you're liberating yourself, but really you're doing the opposite. You're giving your oppressor its power. It's the same thing with the N-word, you know what I'm saying? Like, I say the N-word, and I used to be mad when other people would say the N-word. I made a video about it, and people got mad at me because I was like, it doesn't bother me anymore. Well, then I realized the person who actually holds the power is the person who benefits the most from whatever it is, from the word, and in this case, from the sex. In a sexual situation, I feel like the person who always is gonna benefit the most from it is a man. Can you argue that? No, you can't. So saying, oh, I'm taking the charge of my body and I'm gonna give my vagina to whoever wants it, like, I just feel like that's you fighting against yourself. Let me go deeper into reference with the N-word, which I probably said several times now, referring to it as N-word. Well, when I'm speaking to one of my homegirls, or if I'm speaking to like one of my homeboys, or like, you know, family member or whatever, and I say the N-word, it doesn't bother them that much, right? Because it's like, whatever, I know this person, I know she doesn't mean any ill intentions, and she's black or whatever. Maybe it's a black girl behind me saying the N-word back to back to back. I'm not gonna be like, why is she saying the N-word? Because she's black, so who cares, right? Yesterday I was at the weed clinic, right? There was a Spanish man in there. He said the N-word probably like 20 times while I was there. After every 2 words, he said the N-word. And I was just like, should I record this so that I can put it in this video when I start talking about it? But then I didn't. I decided not to, because I was just like, whatever, who cares? Like, but I was still triggered. Like, I still got triggered. So as you can see, I don't hold the power in the word. Because if I held the power in the word, I don't like being mad. I don't like to get angry. I don't want to fight. I don't like to want to fight. You know what I'm saying? I know that I don't hold the power. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to, I wouldn't have felt triggered. If I held the power, it wouldn't have bothered me. My nose is about to get ripped off and my face is itching me. I feel like you got to figure out what it is that you like and get it. I wanted to talk about this because I felt like it could be the beginning of a discussion for a lot of different things. Sex is viewed differently based off of the individual, like, you know what I mean? Like different religions, different ethnic groups. There's a lot of different things that can make sex where you're coming from a lot different from where someone else is coming from. It's very individual. I feel like people should start treating it that way. And the only way it can be treated that way is if we stop making it so casual. When someone is able to say, oh, you don't like me because you don't want to have sex with me, and then you're able to convince someone into having sex with you because they want to prove to you that they actually like you, that's crazy. And it happens every minute of the day. Now the person that wasn't ready to have sex with you is gonna have the type of experience of sex that whoever initiated it wants, because usually the person who initiates it knows what they're doing, you know? That could either like make or break somebody's sexual experience for the rest of their life. And I don't think we understand how messed up that can be, because there are people who are pedophiles because they were molested as children and then we punish the victim. A pedophile could be a victim. A lot of people who are gay have said that they were molested by the same sex person when they were younger as well. These type of things influence our society heavily. So watching porn is part of that. I don't know. It's such a weird topic. Porn is just such a weird topic. It's like, is it bad or is it good? Because I know I learned how to do some cool tricks from watching porn. I know a lot of people associate sex with being like nasty and gross, and that's the reason why sex in porn is so nasty and gross, where it's like spitting on people and like just doing the worst things, you know? Because they want you to look at it as nasty and dirty and as something you need to hide, and that's how they get most of their money. I feel like everybody should just kind of like find their happy medium. I feel like you should be able to talk to the person that you want to be intimate with. Don't let anybody convince you into, you know, having sex with them for whatever reason, because at the end of the day, if they want to have sex so bad, they can go find another person's body or they can use their own. Nobody should make you do anything with your body that you don't want to do. And although that sounds like common sense, a lot of us deal with this type of stuff on a daily basis. Like, I don't really know. Like, should I do this? Is it normal? Like, what would another woman do? We don't talk about these things in our household, so a lot of us don't know what another woman would do. A lot of people don't know how a different man would handle a situation. You know what I mean? I hear people making fun of women and hear women making fun of men. Men will talk about a girl's vaginal odor, and then you hear the women over here talking about the size. These things aren't necessarily things that can help advance the conversation. Instead, it pushes it into being more and more intimate. And I think that's the reason why a lot of religions tell people to wait until marriage to have sex, because you kind of ruin the experience. If sex is similar for you in all your different situations, then you're definitely doing it wrong, because you're not taking into consideration that other person's needs and wants. Everybody's different. So if I didn't have, if I was abstaining from sex until marriage, I wouldn't even know that I wanted a big dick. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even know that I needed a huge penis boy to be my husband. I wouldn't know that because I wouldn't know what a huge penis boy is. Porn just messes it up for all of us. We're like, oh, okay, there's some guys who look like this and some guys who look like this. She seems to be enjoying herself a lot better than this girl is, or blah, blah, blah. Or like, it's kind of confusing because he has a small one and she's screaming, and he has a big one and she's scared. And it's like, you don't necessarily know, but and then you go out to explore because you're like, let me see what I want. What do I need? You start exploring and you realize there's even more than what you thought there was out there in this world. Like the stuff that you saw on the internet, that's only like porn dicks. So there's different types of dicks. Like it's different type of situations. And then you have to like deal with that, you know? And you have to adjust. And sometimes I just wish I can go back and someone would tell me like, look, men have all different types of penises, okay? So many different types of penises. big, small, tall, fat, long, short. And you have to be able to tell somebody who you're messing with that you don't want it, or you don't like it, or it's not as good as you thought without hurting the person's feelings. Like, I didn't enjoy myself for whatever reason. You have to be like, I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. So this ain't gonna happen again. I mean, at least until you find the type of sex that you want. I think there is like a perfect sex for everyone. Maybe there's someone out there that'll give you the best sex in the world. Maybe, maybe not. But I think that it won't hurt you to try finding it. I don't want nobody to try finding it because it's just a lot of headache for a woman. Like, once a woman starts having sex, now she has to try and figure out what's her favorite type of sex. I had this sex, I liked it. Now I had sex with somebody else. It was completely different because men are the ones who show the show, right? This was completely different from the last guy. Which guy did I like more? Okay, now I'm not dealing with this guy anymore. Now I'm dealing with this guy, and it's completely different from both of those guys. This man's thing is huge, and he eat pussy, and like, you know, and then you start realizing there's so many different things out there, and then it's hard for you to settle. It's hard for you to be okay with the regular Joe Schmo nonsense. Like, oh, he doesn't like to eat pussy, so, you know what I'm saying, it's okay, I'm just deal with it. No, because I know there's so many men out here who do. I'm not okay with it because I like it. Anyways, if I was to come to a conclusion about this video, if I was to say porn was good or bad, I would say porn is good for someone who is aware, someone who is logical, someone who can understand it. And not just because you're 80 years old, you think you can understand everything in the world, because some people don't get wisdom ever in their life. Some people get wisdom really young. It could be like a really young child watching porn and being like, oh, this is something that I'm gonna save for my husband. And that could be a really young child watching porn and be like, I'm gonna try this tomorrow, go to school and influence your child. There could probably be some little boys on the internet watching gay porn, and they go to school and they're like, I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna show this to my friend and see if he wants to try it with me. And that friend just so happened to be your son, and now your son has been influenced to try whatever. Okay, this could happen with a little girl watching it and going to school and trying to play with her little homeboy or her little homegirl as well. So, I mean, I think we have to be aware about this type of stuff that we have on the internet. And if it's a lot for us to consume and it's so easy to get a hold of, like, what do you think your kids are doing? That's all I have to say. I'm done with my makeup. I wanted to talk about the perfect sex. So I'm going to do that while I do my hair. So if you guys want to watch that, I'm going to go ahead and link it down below. I'm also going to put it in the cards so you guys can go watch it. It's also going to be at the end roll, so you guys can just click it. You know what I'm saying? And you can watch me do my hair, because this thing is making my head hurt. Oh my God. I can't breathe. My brain can't breathe. We're going to get into this hair, and we're going to talk about my perfect sex. How long it'll take, what the ambiance will be like, all of that stuff. Explore porn if you think that you're logical, if you think you can understand different things. You don't always have to watch the girl getting abused. Please, trust me, you might like something different. And men too, you don't always have to watch the porn when a man is abusing a girl. Like, you could watch other type of porn. Yeah, explore like I did, and you might find peace and solace within yourself where you don't even need anybody to satisfy you. I might go and become a nun, y'all, because at this point I really don't need a man. Can you bust a nut? Can you finger bait? I mean, can you watch porn as a nun? Can you masturbate as a nun? If you can't, then I might have to just leave that alone. But anyways, if you guys like this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up. Also, leave a comment so I know that you watched it, because I'm trying to get y'all to interact with me. All right? Subscribe and click the bell so you know whenever I post new videos. All right. God will do wonderful things in the world. Make sure don't drop a close from anybody but me, because I'm your baby mama. See you in a second. Goodbye.
God put a smile on my face. God put the smile on my face. God make me shine like the sun. God make me shine like the sun. Sometimes I feel like I'm the one. Sometimes I feel like it ain't my fault.